Coach, you guys pull out the big win today. Is this the best game this team's played this season?
This year, without a doubt. Without a doubt. We haven't felt like we've played the way we're capable of even many halves this year. So for us to do it in this environment against this team, really proud of our guys. I think maybe this can jumpstart us. Like some of the things we did last game, certainly. A couple guys got hot, and walked out of there with some guys feeling a little bit better about things. But coming in here, the way they defend, they just don't give up easy buckets, and they make everything hard. They're a really, really good defensive team. I didn't know if we were ready for that, to be quite honest. And so to come in there in the first half and establish that early on, and good activity defensively, gives us something to build on.
What were the areas that you felt like were better? What were the differences that led to that kind of perspective?
I just felt like we were competing defensively the way we need to compete. Really, really working, active, playing hard. We did a good job on the board. It was in the first half. I didn't see the final numbers, but and then offensively we continue to try to have better possessions. And that was my biggest concern with this game. Is sometimes we're hot, sometimes we're not, but we're not a team right now that really grinds out and has good, sustained, tough offensive possessions. And this is the wrong team to try to do that against because they're so good defensively. So the focus has been, improving defensively, everything, rebounding. We got to hang our hat on something. So there's been a lot of talk about our effort and then having better possessions on offense.
Was that some zone defense you guys pulled out towards the end there?
Yeah, we just really locked in on Pearson, tried to put a guy in his face and then zoned up behind it. Kind of a junk type defense. Their motion offense is terrific, and they can draw fouls out of it, and they get you moving around, and they're patient with it. And again, we're not where we hope to be with our man-to-man defense, so we worked on that other defense a little bit this week. We've been working on regular zone for several weeks and haven't played that in a game yet, but we didn't want to be stubborn. We want to keep working on our man, but didn't want to be stubborn either. We thought if we could just change the rhythm of the game a little bit by throwing a different defense out there, we'd give it a look. Our guys really embraced it in practice. They enjoyed doing it, just something different, and they had to do some figuring it out on the fly, and they did. So that helped us. It helped us win a game.
Is it tough to get a new look installed like that, just a couple days between games here?
Yes, it is. That's the concern. You're like, where do you don't want to throw in the towel on your base defense, but then again we don't want to beat our head against the wall. People keep shooting 50% against us, then we got to try something different. And part of the beauty of something like this defense is that if the players aren't a little nervous, it's not going to work. So you don't give them a lot of rules. They have to really, really talk defensively and fly around and react to one another, and they embrace it in practice. So we thought they would embrace it in the game because they know that if you don't talk and fly around, you're going to get embarrassed.
Javon had a pretty quiet game Tuesday and came back with a huge scoring game today. Did you see something different from him, or how he changed his play at all?
No, it just wasn't his best game the other day, and it was good to get some of those other guys. Keaton knocked certainly last game. We got to feeling better. Javon, I think part of he's been overloaded with homework here the last few days. Finals are getting ready. Finals actually started today, but a lot of guys have a lot of work that last week. And I think getting some of that behind him the last few days, and getting in here and just freeing up and playing was what he wanted to do. It was a big game in a lot of ways, and he tends to shine in bigger games.
He picked up his fourth foul with 6 minutes left. Do you have to think about how to manage that? Did you consider taking him out, or do you just trust him in that spot?
No, because the way he plays offensively too, he can go commit an offensive foul. You never know. So we were concerned about that. We tried to buy him time a couple different times during the game. Just that's a hard thing to do when somebody's that hot early. You want to give them a break, but yet they're hot. We were concerned of him fouling out. And, he's smart, right? He's smart, but you might get a touch foul, you might get a fluke foul, something crazy might happen. But he did avoid that fifth one. And having a bunch of ball handlers out there at the very end when they started pressing was pretty important.
Then the atmosphere in here was pretty energetic. What do you think about those fans that made the trip up here?
Well, you know what? Rarely do I, during the course of a game, do I notice the fans. It's just you get dialed in and you don't even notice. I've had people talk to me after games before talking about the atmosphere, and I didn't notice it. I noticed our crew when they came in the first half. I think we fed off of that a little bit. The defense was in front of our bench. The Rowdy fans were right behind us, and they were having fun, making noise. And we had the lead, so our fans were impacting the game more than their fans. The second half, I don't know what happened if they brought in a bunch more people, but I heard their group there for a while too. So good atmosphere, and I do think we fed off of it in the first half.
You guys shot the three better than you have in a lot of games this season. Was there something different about the looks you were getting, or what led to that?
Well, without seeing it on film, my gut tells me we had more catch and shoot threes. They are unbelievable at collapsing on penetration, and they just force you to get it out. If you get penetration, they're going to come, and if you can get it out, in theory, you're going to have some opportunities. They also scramble out of that congestion pretty well. It's rarely easy, but that was the theme, was just get a paint touch or draw a second defender and look weak side, look weak side, look weak side. And we tried to show them a lot of clips of some teams that had some success doing that. And I think we were just looking for each other, and again, get some other guys feeling good right now.